You ignore me when I tell you you're going to lose money. You ignore me when I tell you you're not going to be perfect. It's going to be hard for you. You're ignoring all that. And the ones that do really well, and by the way, again, round of applause for Kyle. Another monster, like I told you. Team, Kyle, and who else is going to publicly come out? ICT stuff don't work, bro. These concepts, this is going to lead to you knowing what to do and when to do it. But that silver bullet, if you know what the bias is for that session, you don't need to know it for the day. Throw that out for right now. You learn that over time. How do you know what the session bias is going to be? Well, how did we gap open? Did we gap open? What liquidity did they leave in pre-market session? That means 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning opening for equities. If you're trading Forex, between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Very simple little windows. And you're looking for these periods of where there are smooth highs or smooth lows, because that's where the market's going most of the time. Not 100% of the time, 80% of the time, we'll call it that. Call it 75% of the time. Oh, that ain't good enough. 75% of the time, it ain't worth my time, ICT. We ain't got time for 75% around here. If you can't get it up higher than that, there's rookie numbers. We got to bump them up, or I'm going to move on to somebody else. Go. Don't let the door hit you in your ass. Goodbye. Laziness doesn't survive around here. But knowing that there's going to be a fair value gap every single day at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, it's going to form, and it's going to give it to you on a silver platter before it runs to that session liquidity. It happens every day, and I challenge you all to not believe me and start looking for it. See, you've watched me do that silver bullet. You watch other people prove they make money with it. But you've never really sat down and said, how often has it failed? That's what you were instructed to do. Because that's the stuff I walk on. I moonwalk on all these supposed professionals, these guys that I'm a so-and-so floor trader. I'm a so-and-so at blah, blah, blah capital. Bro, come out here live and I will sing a dance as these candlesticks go up and down to my music sheet. That's how it works around here. I'm the composer. I'm like Bugs Bunny. Remember that? He raises his fingers up, and in the concert pianist and the concert, orchestra, they're out there trying to keep up with his intensity. That's what it's like. I'm the Pied Piper, and these candlesticks, they follow me. And that sounds arrogant. Yes, it does. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. I don't care if you're not okay with it. The proof is in the pudding. The markets are going to gravitate to liquidity, but you have to know how to define that. It's session liquidity first. First and foremost, it's session liquidity. What does that mean? Well, the morning session, the afternoon session, the lunch macro. If it's going to retrace on whatever move it was in the morning, what's it going to be? Move against the trend that was happening in the morning session. Find the easiest low-hanging fruit low. If you can trade that and find profitability that yields enough of a payout for you, then take the trade. But there's lots of trades that pass me by all day long, where they're only 10, 15, 20 handles. I could do them all day long. I don't care about them. They're constantly there. They're like a McDonald's or a 7-Eleven. They're on every corner. Drive down the road a little bit more, you're going to see another one. I'm not worried about them. I'm stopping at the bus stops like where my wife's standing there. If I see my wife standing at a bus stop before I met her, I'm stopping at that one and say, honey, you need a ride because I'll take you where you got to go. And you're going to enjoy the ride. I'm not slipping in Nick D's fast food drive-through, okay? I don't slum it like that. I'm looking for the best setups. I'm looking for the things that make sense for me because I'm not a micro lot trader. I'm not a one lot trader. I'm in here trying to get something. And I want my time to yield to me a bountiful harvest. I want something that's going to be worth my risk that I put on, but also deliver gangbuster results like bang. Like Emerald Lagasse, remember him? He would just say, bam! Put his spices on it. He was fun to watch. Otherwise, it was kind of boring, but when he did that, it was great. What's another one, ICT? We already know about the silver bullet. Okay, first percent of fair value gap. It's going to form. It is absolutely going to form in the first 30 minutes. Or it forces you into a silver bullet at 10 o'clock. So what have I done? I've basically encapsulated that first hour of trading between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, 9:30 and 10:30. That first 1 hour of trading, that is all I've been doing in front of you. Consistent, isn't it? Boom, boom, boom. Calling every candle. Boom, boom. Running to where I said I was going to go. Boom, boom, boom. Never missing a beat. Boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, you start thinking to yourself, man, this guy's got his stuff together. Look at this. I mean, he's like consistently telling you where it's going to go. Yep. And you can do it too. I'm trying to tell you, I've already taught these things to you, but how much time have you spent working with it and blocking out everything else? That means everything else I've taught on my YouTube channel. Focus on one thing, folks. What happens if the first percent of fair value gap forms in the first 30 minutes, but price just keeps on running away and never comes back to it? Just throw it away? Just abandon it? Nope. Absolutely not. Wait till 10:30. 10:30 is that first hour trading. In that first hour of trading, you have the bulk of all this large influx of big conglomerate liquidity coming into the marketplace. It's shoved into the marketplace in the first hour. That's why there's so many opportunities for price to move around and gyrate. But after that first hour, if it's a trending day, it's obvious after the first hour. And it just continues and continues and continues until the close of the day. But as a trader that's looking for setups using the first percent of fair value gap, obviously, if you're bullish, you're looking for session relative equal highs. That's either going to form between 7 o'clock and the opening about 9:30, or London high or London low. You got two choices there. Which one has a relative equal high or relative equal low? Hello. Hot damn. That's easy. That's easy. That's really easy, isn't it? It completely removes the ambiguity, doesn't it? Now, you would have figured that out if you listened to everything I said to focus on per session. But because you're out there looking for the next shiny object that I'm releasing all the time, you're never spending enough sufficient time working with what I already taught you. Can you teach me how to do a bias? It's easy. I did it again here, and it'll go largely ignored. It'll go largely ignored. Nobody will look back and see how many times it tells you exactly what to do. But you're worried about, am I going to do a Telegram session? Am I going to ever do a live stream? Am I ever going to do this? Am I ever going to do that? I told you I could stop. You already have enough. But what happens if it keeps running? It never goes back to that first percent of fair value gap. In the first 30 minutes, a fair value gap that forms on that 1 minute chart that has displacement. It's obvious. It's showing itself, not some little micro separation. If it never comes back to it before it starts running, wait till 10:30, because you have the first hour trading behind you now. Between 10:30 and 11:30, you have now London close. ICT, we're talking about SPOOs, bro. We're not talking about cable and fiber, currency futures, and that type of stuff. We're talking about why does London close have anything to do with this? Because that's what markets do. They're coded to offer a retracement back down into a fair value. And that's how I teach you. And I've done it in front of you. You can't deny that. I've shown it to you. I've walked you through it. I've called it out in Telegram, and you've seen me trade it. Live funds, baby. Pulling back into what? First presented fair value gap. Oh, yeah. How about that? It doesn't have to be the propulsion stage or springboard to put me in the trade. Sometimes it's going to run without me. I might be looking for that first presented fair value gap to get me on the trade. And the market says, not today, ICT. Okay. I got you. No problem. Do your thing. I'll be waiting for you when you get to 10:30. And when you walk yourself inside my crosshairs, I'm going to hug the trigger. And I'm going to drop you. And I'm going to take my profit inside that first percent fair value gap. At least the very first partial will come out there. If it's on a day where I think it's going to go lower, Why would I want to see through that? Because in London, there's relative equal loads down there they left generously. That retail's going to say, man, my stuff is so protected under there. Ain't never coming back there until it does. Expediently.